Hello, 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 and thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Soraya Marshall-Wright. Welcome to the world according to Soraya. All right, so the month of November, there are actually lots of things being recognized in November, but one of the things near and dear to my heart and the firm's is long-term care. November happens to be Long-Term Care Awareness Month. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about long-term care. No, I do not sell long-term care insurance, but a lot of people focus on building wealth, protecting their legacy, and they talk about getting life insurance and acquiring different assets. But few people actually talk about long term care. And that is something that is just as important and as closely related to building health, wealth, and protecting assets and protecting one's legacy. Why? Because long-term care is ridiculously expensive. Unless you've had an opportunity to look into it or had a loved one who dealt with it, you really would have no way of knowing that it can cost on average about $8,000 to $20,000 a month, depending on where you live, for long-term care. Now, people who are young and healthy don't usually think about long-term care. It's usually the elderly who are close to actually needing care who think about it and want to get it. And at that point, it is so ridiculously expensive that even if they could afford it, it may not make sense. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage you that if you're still young and healthy and you think you do not need long-term care insurance or you do not need to do any type of long-term care planning, I want to encourage you to rethink that and to speak to a professional who can give you more information. I can tell you that I'm under the age of 40, and the last time I inquired about long-term care insurance, it was a good policy. It was several $100s a month, far more than I would have expected to pay for at my age. But that's the kind of world we live in, and that's how expensive this type of thing is. But the downside to not having it is that if you have to have care in the future, all this money you're saving to leave to your loved ones, all the wealth you're trying to build, the legacy you talk about, you could end up dwindling all of that, paying for care out of pocket. But if you are proactive and you do something about it now, then you may have something that can help supplement your out-of-pocket cost. All right. So if you didn't know that, number one, this month is Long-Term Care Awareness Month, now you know. And if you didn't know that when you're young, it is the best time to start looking into long-term care insurance and specifically planning for your long-term care needs, now you know. And I'll see you next time.